Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I decided to take up another challenge. A lot of you guys have been sending in terrible weapon setups that you would like me to try, and just to see how well I would do. And I decided to try to use, in my opinion, the worst weapon setup possibly in the game, and that is the 870 pump action shotgun with frag rounds. And if you remember, quite some time ago, months ago, frag rounds were extremely overpowered. Everyone complained about them. They were just way too good. And DICE nerfed them, and I was very glad that they nerfed them. And to be honest, I was okay that they nerfed them to the point where I never saw them on the battlefield. But then I started using them with the 870 shotgun, and I realized that I think they went a little bit too far. And to the point where it's like, why do you even have the pump action shotguns with frag rounds attachment on them if it's so utterly useless that it's just like, oh, sure, it's in the game and you have the option to do it, but good luck getting any kills with it. And truly, good luck getting any kills with this setup because it's so atrocious. I'll go into more detail as to why. It mainly just has to do with its damage numbers and all that kind of stuff. But this is a terrible weapon setup. Granted, I didn't rage during it because I knew it was going to be bad, but I just didn't really understand that it was going to be this bad. So the way the frag rounds works is that every time you hit a target with the blast radius of the frag rounds, it does 25 damage a shot, no matter what range they are. So if you hit someone that's 5 meters away, it's going to do 25 damage a shot with the blast radius. If you hit someone that's 50 meters away, if you can somehow line up that shot, it's also going to do 25 damage for each shot that you take. That being said, though, you also will do some damage, or more damage, if you can hit the target directly. And for the 870 shotgun, you do 37.5 damage up close, and then that's going to drop off to a measly 10 damage a shot at long range. So at first, when I was starting to use this setup, I thought that I was supposed to use it kind of at a medium to long range. I thought that I would just kind of use the blast radius of the frag rounds and take people out. At first, I actually didn't look at the statistics for it. I kind of assumed that the frag rounds for the 870 shotgun would do more than the other, like the pump action. I was wrong. That is not the case. They all do 25 damage a shot. So I quickly discovered that trying to take out a target with a pump action rifle is not the way that you want to handle things. But what I quickly discovered is that really the only way for me to be even remotely successful, and I mean remotely successful, is to play up close and personal and to try to hit my target with the slugs and use the frag round explosives to do the most damage. But then you have to remember that one shot with the frag rounds up close with a chest shot isn't even going to get even close to taking out your target. It's going to be 37.5 plus 25 damage. So you're going to need to get one more shot off. And if you've ever played with a pump action shotgun, you'll know that usually if you need to get one more shot off, it's going to mean the difference between life and death. When you're running around with slug rounds, or you're running around with the flechette rounds, you know that if you want to live and you want to go on a long kill streak, you're going to need to make sure that every single one of your shot counts. But even if you do make every single one of your shot counts with this particular setup, you don't get the one shot, one kill, and you always have to go for 2 or even 3 shots. And so it makes for a very frustrating experience when you know that you're outplaying an enemy, but the only way that you're not killing them is simply because the damage model of this particular setup is just absolutely atrocious. So what I would try to do is kind of just take pot shots at people. I would round a corner, see a couple of guys, take a shot, run back and kind of run away, let them come to me, or quickly then bounce back and try to take another shot. And that was really the only way I was able to take out multiple targets and even somehow go on some streaks. I mean, probably granted, a bunch of the clips that you guys are seeing here is a lot of luck and also some bad players on the enemy team. And to be honest, that's not the best way you want to test out a particular weapon, but that was really the only way I was going to be able to give you even some remotely fun gameplay in the background. So granted, you can go on some kill streaks with this particular setup, but it's very difficult. It can be extremely frustrating just simply because of the terrible damage model that they have for the pump action rifles or not rifles, but the pump action shotguns and the frag round damage. So really, that's what it comes down to, and why this particular setup is just absolutely atrocious. I did try it out with the semi-automatic shotguns, and I have to say that they perform a little bit better simply because they have a higher rate of fire, and you can get more rounds downrange and take more advantage of the explosive damage of the frag rounds. Granted, they don't do as much damage if you're able to actually line up a shot. They only do 20 damage a shot compared to the 37.5, but I still didn't feel like that was that large of a deal, considering that the 870 shotgun still requires you to take 2 shots to kill your target, and for, let's say, the Saiga, it's going to require you 3 shots if you're up close and personal. So I don't think that that is a huge difference, and really it's just going to give you more room for error if you do use the semis. So I do understand why DICE nerfed this particular attachment when the game was first released. It was way too overpowered. People were abusing it on close quarter maps, and it was really just diminishing the fun for everyone. So I am glad that they nerfed it. But after playing a couple of rounds with the shotgun with frag rounds, it's just so useless. I cannot imagine anyone wanting to use this competitively, or even to have fun with it. I mean, granted, it is fun every once in a while. It can be kind of amusing. But if you want to be somewhat successful, or you want to even be remotely effective, there is literally no situation where this setup is going to be useful or effective. And so I'm kind of on the fence right now, where it's just like, I realize that they nerfed it to make the rest of the game fun, but right now the attachment is so useless. It's just like, why do you even have it in the game? So in my opinion, either they should just like get rid of it. I know that they're not going to do that by any means, or buff it slightly. I know that this is a kind of a touchy topic because everyone remembers the potency of the frag rounds, but still, it's just kind of like, it's just this attachment that no one uses, and it just is gathering dust, and it's just kind of disappointing. But I would like to know what you guys think. Do you think they should buff it slightly just to make it a little bit more useful, or do you think they should keep it nerfed so no one uses it and we don't have to remember anything from that terrible era in Battlefield 3? But that's it for today's terrible weapon setup. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to challenge me to another terrible weapon setup, you can do so by leaving a comment down below, and I might pick that one. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, or just want to support my channel, I always appreciate it when you give my videos a rating, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more. But until next time, guys, have a good one, and take it easy.